Hey, Beasties. So we got a treat today. I got someone that is not only amazing, beautiful, inside and out, but she is a talent and a force to be reckoned with. Everyone, let me introduce the amazing JDymonds.
Ah, look at you. Stop it. Stop it.
So, all right. So, welcome to the Poisonous Daily. So, before we get into the full interview, for viewers that may not know who you are, you got to tell them, who are you?
Who
Who
am
is
I?
Jay Diamond?
Dang, who am I? It depends what question you're asking, huh? It could take me anywhere. I'm just someone that don't quit, never stop quitting on myself, always evolving, just believing in myself. You know what I mean? It's been a long journey. I'm still here and I still ain't throw in the towel. You know what I mean? I think the day you stop quitting on yourself is the day you're not living. It's just like that's who the essence of who I am, from just thinking back from when I was younger to the woman that I am today, embracing that, owning it, and I do music, obviously. Hip hop is like the foundation I grew up on. Hip hop, pop, just all music, to be honest, because I remember like Michael Jackson, Madonna, then you had pop and you had the boy bands, you had R&B, you had it just moved me. It spoke to me. So, and that helped me get through the things that I was going through growing up, the dysfunction, being traumatized. How can I get out of it? How can, and it's always about solutions. And that's why I like the big thing with me is don't quit. Like if my message can reach anyone watching this, following my journey, anytime you see me, just know I didn't quit. And if you keep believing in yourself, I promise you, you'll unlock things about yourself you ain't even know you had.
You're
That's
awesome. Like, I
that's
am
real
so
tough.
proud of you. I've been seeing your journey, the past 2 years, and it's been on amazing. So I know growing up around and in the industry myself, there artists have their moment when they realize music isn't their hobby. Like, what was your moment to say, this is my lane?
Wow. Lane, I think it was the moment, man, there wasn't, to be honest, like, let me see, that's a good question. Let me really sit in that a little bit. Let me really sit in it a little bit. Because I think the transition for me, honestly, was when I tore my ACL because basketball was my thing. And I say this over and over, but it was. It helped me, it molded me, it gave me discipline, it made me, it built the character in me, it built that mindset where you say what you want, it don't matter, because you're going to think it anyway, you're going to say it anyway, and then it's all projection, right? So at the end of the day, that build that in me, Teflon skin, let it roll off my back. People are going to hate, people are always going to gossip, they love that shit. So that moment for me when there was just basketball wasn't in the cards. It transitioned to music. Now, music, I always had a passion for it growing up because I was around it. And I used to little write here, play around here, and stuff like not serious. It was more like at that time it sounded like nursery rhymes. But if you saw the potential of overall package, like the love, the discipline, the mindset, then watching the great people, watching the greats so you can become greater. I started embodying it, and I just kept practicing. You know what I mean? I kept practicing. I kept being consistent, kept evolving, kept learning. Even though people laughed at me growing up, there was people that laughed in my face, like growing up. Starting out when you're wet behind the ears and you learning.
Mhm.
And those people are the same ones that come around today trying to kiss my ass and shit like that. And you could see fake, you understand? You could see the people that didn't see the potential in you, but they see you today like, oh, you good now. And
Yeah.
it went from bad into good instead of just seeing someone for really what they are. I
Yeah,
mean, if you
there's a
versus
lot of
someone.
people that sleep on people, and it's sad to say. So, being in the music industry, we all have someone that inspired us, some type, some way, or it was a cultural influence. Obviously, you grew up around music, like you said. who were the artists or your cultural influence that shaped your sound and your brand?
Wow. Like I said, it's a collective. It's not just one person. And stories move me. And you got to understand, a lot of the big artists that we know as legends today that really paved the way for us, like, man, their stories speak volumes. And
Mm.
so when I have like legends ask me for a 16, or like, you know, and it's not the other way around, like, what is going on here? Like, for me, because it to me, it's just, I'm still that girl that is just really just believes in herself, so it's not like I'm being starstruck or like,
You're
holy
humble.
shit, let me pinch myself because this one just asked me for a 16 and these are legends. I don't even put that out there because I'm not a type of person that brags, like, you know, because I don't want to throw it in people's faces. There's a lot of shit that I didn't speak on. And I just feel like people don't even know. Like, I have OGs asking me for 16s. You know,
Mm.
when they could release it, I don't know. Maybe when the shit, everything blows up and then they feel like, all right, we could drop this now. You know what I mean? I usually that's how it happens. Like, you'll have a song here and a song there. Like, oh shit, this girl's versatile. She's on Afro beats and she could do a bebop and oh, she could really get in there and be a lyricist and really say a message. My thing is really about a message, man. Like, it's all with the mind. It's where
So you
everything
would
starts.
say along the lines, all the artists we grew up hearing kind of shaped you and who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say one name, you know? It's like it's just the culture in itself. When you look at how everybody in every culture has something, right? When you think of hip hop and you listen, like even for you, with your uncle, right?
My
DJ
cousin.
Charlie Chase. That's your uncle, right?
Oh, that's my cousin.
Dang. So look,
That's
even
my
that.
first cousin. Yeah,
First
I'm
cousin.
the baby.
Yeah, but think about that. First cousin, right? How when I listened to his story for the first time, and they didn't have internet, and the radio wasn't big like that to break that music yet. Because look, like you listen at the
It wasn't
history of that,
accepted at one point.
yeah. But think about the the fan base that he had, right? They used to knock and wait at his window. He said, where you playing tonight? What basketball court? Where you setting up?" Even Crazy Legs said it too. I listened to a lot of, you know what I mean, a lot of podcasts, just really trying to dive deep into the history of hip hop. This way, for me, growing up and really expressing it, trying to bridge the gap from where they came from, and then trying to bridge it to where it is today, and
Mm.
then me trying to bridge it to who I am, so I could be a part of this beautiful thing, right? This beautiful culture, this thing that we created just from the beat of our hearts, from the culture, when you hit and you just like hit the drum and you hit that, even for anything. That's why when you listen to salsa merengue and you listen to the Spanish culture, it just moves. You don't even have to say anything. You
And
just going,
it,
and you
it's
could
an
feel this.
ancestral thing.
You know what I mean? So it's like music speaks all language. So if I don't speak a certain language and I speak music, you're gonna feel me because it's a feeling, it's a vibration. And that's what I like to bring. I like to paint a story. I like to say it with my words to make you think, put that thought in your mind. And then with my voice, because it's my instrument, I'm going to take you and tap you into the frequency. And I want to raise it high. Whatever that message is, I'm going to make sure my vocal, because this is my instrument that I play very well, that I mastered. And I'm going to make sure I could take you on those hurts and really put you in the pocket so you could feel me where I'm coming from. That's JDymonds. That's how I want to reach all life of people. And then hopefully I could just inspire someone so they can go and be like, shit, she could do it. I could do it too. And then you damn right you could do it. Let's go. Let's go.
So, a lot of people don't understand, like, they think like only artists that do art have a creative process, or they don't comprehend that, the reason why MCs and rappers and DJs are called artists because they're a part of that creativity and we all go through a process. So, like, walk us through your creative process, like, your you mentioned that you use your life experiences and the vibes, and then when you get into the studio or in a booth or something, like how does your process work to like get you there? And I'm asking this question because when you did your performance, when I met you and I saw you performed, you used my husband that you were apologizing to me. It was the cutest thing. I was like, I don't care. Like, I know what you're probably going through. So you needed to focus on one person that was just like chill out. And that's what I love about my husband. He gives that very relaxed vibe around him. So you could use him anytime he's in a crowd, G.
Yeah, no, for me, I'm not a person when it comes to a lot of people ask me that, are you nervous on stage and something like that? Like, no, I'm in my element. It was such a small, when it's so intimate like that, right? And there's nobody up front, and everybody's in the back, and everybody's talking, nobody really cares. And then
Mhm.
you get somebody that steps onto the mic, you want to pick somebody because we need this, we need to create something.
Exactly.
Because if you don't create something, then nobody's gonna be like, yo, what's that? What's she doing? Who's that? Why she did that? So you have to create that noise. And that's what you do as an artist. You want to create something so that way it spreads and it's contagious. And then now people are coming over. And now people are like, yeah, yeah. Now people are paying attention.
Mhm.
So that's how I think. You know what I mean? And for me, when I don't go to the studio if it ain't game day. The studio to me is like is game day.
Mhm.
So I don't go there reading off a phone. I don't do none of that. I won't go to the studio and waste my money that I work hard for to go to a studio to bullshit and read off a fucking camera. Like I wouldn't do that. It's either when I hear music, and excuse my profanity, is that I get
You
so
could curse
passionate
here.
sometimes. I'm like, yo, whoa, let's
You
censor
could
that,
curse
right?
here. This
So,
it's allowed.
so yeah, yeah. So it's like, so when I hear a beat, it gotta move me. It gotta wake something up in me. So if it's not waking up, like if it's not vibrating and waking me up, the song is not for me. And it's not to say that that song is not a hit record or a hit. It's just not for me as an artist. It could
Mhm.
be for somebody else, and somebody else can make it a hit. You know, you hear a lot of stories like that, that people pass up on beats and it goes to someone else, and you got a great record, right? Some songs, some beats are meant for certain people. But when I listen to a song, it's how I could write my soul rises, and I'll say the whole song. It'll come out. If the song's 2 minutes, the song's done. Because I'll just move to it and it just comes out naturally. And it's like, it's not forced and it's a real genuine feeling. And when you have something so genuine like that, it's going to touch people because your mind and your heart is aligned. So that power that's creating that sound, when people listen to it, they dive into it and that's what they're going to feel. So, and then if I have to tweak anything, and from my mind and I put it on paper, and I do that for copyright purposes because I got to copyright my stuff. You know what I mean? So from there, the song's done. Now I make sure that when I practice, which is like layups, I treat it like basketball. I'll practice. I'll practice before I go to the studio because I want to embody it. I want to really feel it. I want every word to be heard. I want people to really feel what I'm saying. So if I'm reading off a phone and stuff like that, and I know some people do it and they good at it because they practice, but imagine doing it where you know it verbatim and you just go in there naturally, you could really embody that beat. Your words literally could sit like a DNA strand, and that's how you want to do it. You want to make sure all frequencies align, So that's my flow. That's how I work.
I can't even ask you the next question because I actually you kind of answered it. I wanted
Okay.
to ask you, like, do you think, like, when you're recording your track, what matters more to you, whether it would be the message or the energy, but you're like in between both because both matter to you. Like, you
Yes.
pay attention to the music, you feel it, which is the energy, the vibe wise, but also it's the message you're giving out to inspire others and share your story. And like I tell people all the time, whether it's artwork or music, that's a piece of that person's soul. Like you're putting out into that world, that energy, that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a
That's
blueprint.
why people should take it so seriously. Like it's not a joke, it's a craft. There's so much hard work and skill behind what you and many others do.
Yeah, it's a business. I
Mm,
tell people all the time, it's a business. Treat your brand as a business. The moment you shift your perspective and do that is the moment that's how you're going to start viewing it. So when people ask me, oh, can you pop out? Can you come see me? This and that and the third. Yo, I'm a business. You
mm,
understand? My time, I'm not ever going to get back. And if you really want me to come out, best believe people are going to come out because I'm out. Because the more recognition I'm getting, people start realizing who I am and how talented I am, and they see my gifts. If you really want to rock with me, you have to set your business up here. If you don't set your business up here, people ain't gonna come up here. They're gonna just stay down here and say, "What you mean you ain't gonna do it for me for free?" Well, where do they do that at? Like, like I still gotta pay. I'm still, when you're not, when the moment you realize that and you realize your worth, and you want me to come out and party, you're willing to pay somebody else because of this. Really think about that before you reach out to somebody, even if that person is not as big as the next. You're looking at their craft and what they could do. How does the quality look? How do they take it? And I say this all the time about my engineer who does my sound. It took me years to find someone like him, and he's very talented. And he's a young man. He's 28 years old, mixed by Ray, and he is an amazing engineer. And and the way I found him was because I was looking for a C800G mic, the recording studio mic. It's a Sony mic, the C800G. I was looking for that mic. I know if someone has that microphone in their studio, they do not take their business for granted.
no, it's not. It's expensive. People don't
So,
understand. Like you can't have good equipment and treat it like shit. And
nah,
like
it's
joke.
yeah. Someone
It
with that is gonna work. Someone like that, they putting in work. They getting better. They working on they craft. They always in the studio with artists of all different styles. Like they taking it serious. Next time I come to the studio, he's doing something different. Like, yo, I learned blah, 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 blah. Like the kid is just amazing. He's a man, but I'm saying he's amazing.
listen, that's
And
the way we speak. You're a kid to us. Like it's
it's
that's
like,
not old school. Like
he's,
yo, that kid right there.
yeah,
It's just an old school thing. And like
yeah.
people don't
I
realize people
mean,
like used to make fun of me because they'll be like, "Oh, you call your laptop your baby?" Hell fucking yeah, my laptop was
uh,
expensive. And when I came out, you used to have to carry a Serato box to be your converter from the mixer in 1200s to the laptop, and you also had to carry your own needles because your needles were your gift. I remember ProStyle fucked up my needles and I was so angry. I was
Dag.
like, my needles off. He's so happy.
I know how you, you don't want to get Chris mad. She be tight all night,
Yo, I was like so because just replacing that needle, it was like $75.
Dang,
And like
girl.
I had to get two. And I'm like, your shit's a sponsored. Like use your own. Like
That's
no offense
crazy.
to Pro Style, whatever. Like I love him to death. He's good people's. Like the only ones that I honestly say I could have trusted with my needles was always Camillo and Enough. They
Okay.
they they treated they respected everybody's stuff. Like because it was just like a thing. And then Enough knew me since I was baby because he was like really good friends with my sister-in-law. But Pro Style was heavy-handed and yo, like my needle was just like burnt out. So like when you have your equipment and you buy the good shit because these are your babies, like even now, because when I kind of retired from the industry because of what happened, um, and I got rid of my 1200s, it was like giving a piece of my heart away
I bet.
because I was so angry. I let them go. And then now replacing it with the Rain controller that I have. only 2 people have touched that shit. Like,
Yeah,
me, no one can touch it, and Charlie is one of them. And I looked at my cousin, I'm like, "I know you're my cousin and all, but be careful with my baby."
yeah, yeah. Well, that's how it is, man. It's like,
So, like,
you
people don't
really
understand,
want
people that buy that equipment, they're taking their craft seriously because
absolutely.
you're looking at shit, a mic for like almost what, 4 Gs?
No, no way. It's like double, it's like triple that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's triple, like, but like some of these mics are starting prices almost
Right.
4.
So the Sony G, the Sony C800G is like is 14, like it's like 11 10 to 11,000 brand new, give or
Exactly,
take.
but some of
But
these starting
when you look for a vintage one of the, because the the transformers and everything that they created, you
mhm,
know, back in the day was more, I guess, more vivid and more potent than the ones that they're creating today. But that mic is really expensive. So, but if you buy like a U87, the Neumann, which I have, that one's like going hand in hand with the Avalon 737. That makes a good. That's like the known one that like Biggie back in the day and Fabulous and all them used to use and give you that sound.
mhm.
And they still use it. It's still in studios. Like they still like that's like a crazy combination. But that one runs for like 35, 4,000. The
Exactly,
U87.
but that's why I'm saying some of these expenses, mic, the lowest they literally that I've seen starting is like 4 Gs. So,
Yeah. So
it's
with like a professional mic, yeah.
yeah. So now I have to ask, you've come out with so many tracks from what I've heard. What do you think, or what song or project do you feel people misunderstood you or didn't appreciate the depth that you put into at first?
I really don't know, like some people are not really vocal in that way. I guess like when you look at overall for me, again, for I don't do it for those type of reasons and stuff like that. I know eventually it's going to reach the people that message needs to reach and inspire people and help them get through. You know what I mean? Me as an artist, as an overall artist, I think I'm like the real package. You know what I mean? It's not just, you have some people that just can create a song. Then you have people that are really good in doing rap battles. Then you have people like in a cipher, you have people that would spit their bars, and then you got people that really got the look and embody it in like photos and very photogenic. You got people that can act and do movies or be a model for brands. I feel like me as a well-rounded business, I can embody all of that, and I
Mm,
think I show that. I showcase that. Like, yeah, you can't really hold a candle to me. I kind of show that and then it's only for me anyway. Like I'm only gonna outdo myself. I'm not really trying to see nobody else. That's why no one else can trigger me. Only I can do that, and only I can let someone into my mind, and that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's just, yeah, you'll die trying because it's just not going to happen.
and
I really love, so it's
B.
like, it's stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm just really focused on like how, if there's something that's not going right in my life, whatever area, how can I fix that? Like what do I have to do to rewire certain patterns so I could just not have the same results or the same outcome? What can I do different to create and manifest what I'm really trying to do here? And you just keep working at it, and you just keep cultivating until it comes to fruition. Is anything that you put your energy to, that's where it's gonna go. If you put it to negative, well, guess what? You're gonna get more negative. If you put it to positive, you're really gonna create some shit like oh, your whole family could eat off of. And
Mm,
even people and even strangers you don't even know, and you could bless them, and then they could bring shit to their family that they didn't even know they had inside. And that's really the message. That's really what we got to do together. We got to inspire people, lift each other up. And that's really what I'm here for.
that's amazing. Showing our age because we kind of were a part of our history when it comes to the music industry. We got to see shit live. Like, motherfuckers be like, "Did you know?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I was like this old when that shit happened."
Used to. Because
So
all
the
the time.
music, like, from what we seen, shit. I remember when MTV started.
Dang, I mean, I wasn't that bright yet. Let me stop.
Like,
But
the
I like
music
MU2.
industry has evolved very fast from what it
Yes.
used to be. And now with streaming and social media, that also plays a big part of the industry itself. Do
Yeah.
you think it's become easier or harder for a lot of I'm not talking about like Chris tells it how it is. Chris don't like mumble artists. I do not like mumble rap. So I tell it how it is. If you mumble rap, don't talk to me because I'm
What you saying, girl? You fly, girl. What you mean to make
bottle.
Come on.
Like what the fuck?
You know it. You
My
know.
husband be listening to some shit. Sometimes I'll be like, do me a favor, stop insulting me, turn that shit off.
Uh, I mean,
So
it's an
like
avenue for everyone. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's an avenue for I understand like people just trying to sell and make money, but like for like us like die hard that respect the culture and craft, like do you think it's become easier or harder for artists to really break through, real artists to break through with this whole streaming and social media thing?
I remember I told you it's all about the mind, right?
Mhm.
Your mind is your weapon. That's your power. Once you realize that, you could really create. You could really study. You could really look and study the game and study the industry and realize what is it based on? How does it work? How does that? How does it work? What are they doing to create? How do they pick their next big artist and throw the money into it? You got to
Mhm.
understand within the music industry is very small, believe it or not. And
Very,
if
very.
they pick somebody and they decide as a collective, as a team that really run and want to navigate the next propaganda or what message that they want to instill on a high level scale, because you got to remember they're the ones that are controlling the narrative. You understand? So they're gonna select who they want to run their message or however, because those are leaders of those are the leaders of whoever it is at that moment that you understand they're gonna pour money into, they're gonna make that happen, they're gonna put the news on it, a spotlight on it, and that's what you're gonna get. So you have to just study you have to study, and that's reading, resources, learning. You know what I mean? Hustle ain't gonna change. You either got it or not. I don't care if you're doing it off the internet and still in the streets and putting and touching people physically. You understand? I do that every day, pushing cars. I let people know, like that's my passion. I'm right here doing community service right now. Whatever for whatever reason God got me out here in these streets, that's what I'm doing, community service right now. If you need a car, you come and see me. And then you're gonna experience being touched by me because I really kick it with people and I really tell it what it is. You're coming in to see me, I'm gonna be your sales consultant and I'm gonna listen to your situation. I'm gonna tell you how I can help you. That I really do it. Like I really am that deep. And we'll do it together. I shift people's perspective. They come in on one day and they're leaving on another and they're like, dag, thanking me for it. I didn't see that. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to shift your perspective, make you tap in, think what's best for you and what's your life. Only you know what's best for you in your life, not me. I don't know. But once you tell me and you honest with me, then that's when we can start making a difference. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. It doesn't matter if you're gonna have it. You either gonna hustle or you're gonna be lazy. You either want change in your life or you want to stay the same. So you gotta pick your poison. You gotta pick like that's what it is. So it doesn't matter, internet or not. There's ways to do it. Hashtag and do videos. Touch people's lives. I feel like if we really, really want to do this, right? How can we inspire people and get people to talk about it? You understand? Like gossip is like gossip. You see what gossip does. Shit, you say one thing, it's all right. So that's how you have to think of it. If you're gonna hustle on the internet, how can I inspire people that it starts spreading like wildfire? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
unfortunately, a lot of misinformation and gossip spreads faster than the truth.
Yeah,
It's the same thing, like violence spreads more than acts of goodness.
yeah, yeah. Well, they want to tell like that sad story and start using like cancer and all this shit. And then for someone that actually really has it, and then people just throwing it around, it's like,
Yeah,
it's a tough spot.
bullshit.
You know what I mean? But people do it, and people just there's a lot of there's a lot of shitty stuff going on. But again, that's why I've always preached, integrity, making sure you really have that, kind of have a righteousness to you. Not, oh, I think I'm better than you, but make sure that you're doing good, because that's what you're going to attract. And you don't really want to take advantage of people, because you're really taking advantage of yourself when you do that. You're
Ain't
cutting yourself short. You know what I mean? You're really cutting yourself short. You might burn bridge with somebody 10 years from now. You might need them. They might be a doctor to save your life, and they're going to look at you like, oh, I remember this person. They made me feel like this. No, get them out of here. I'm not even. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So you got to be careful. You never know when someone's going to be up when you're down, or when you're down and someone's up. And
mm,
it's real life. This is real shit. I walk this life in plain sight. I watch people look at me and and then today it's switched, and now they're like, damn, I wish I never would have treated her that way. You damn right, because you done shown your hand. People always gonna show you who they are.
I've
People are
done,
always gonna
but
show
see,
you
the
who they
difference
are.
is what also makes a person a better person. You use the example of doctors. I've been in place with people that have done me dirty, and next thing you know, they show up in my office. I still
Yep.
help. I'm
Of
not gonna hold
course.
it against you.
That's that's a God move. That's because that's a different type of level that a lot of people don't have, what you just did.
Hmm. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here be petty. At the end of the day, I've learned, and I say this all the time, especially on here. Like you could be petty in certain ways, but what really, if you really want to prove a point, you just focus on you, keep doing you. At the end of the day, you forgive, wish you nothing but success and love, and keep it moving. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you
But
sit there with that animosity and that buildup, it's just gonna turn against you.
you
And
know,
then, like, I think back to the things my grandmother and my mom say, like, if you wish someone's bad, God's gonna punish you and bless them.
yeah, yeah, it
Like,
does
you're just
happen.
gonna get it back. So,
That's
like,
that's why I always do the whole pointing finger crap. Like my step pops pointed that out to me. Like, you're always pointing your finger at people, and then when you look at it, because when you point at someone, look, you got three fingers pointing
pointing
back.
back at
So
you, I've
you
heard that.
you judging someone, and then boom, you sending three times that much right back to your ass. That's a boomerang. You know what I mean? Like, really, really, that's why it's really important to just think before you act, and just stay calm and quiet. Don't ever react out of anger, secondary emotion. Because when you so much in the heat of the moment, and you start becoming like a thermometer, it's like, for what? But you're gonna make the worst decision in your life of
Yep,
acting out of that behavior. Like,
yep,
you'll regret it. You know what I mean? Like, you'll really regret that shit. And sometimes, and not sometimes, but when you act out of that, and I learned the hard way, because I'm telling you, I really walked this journey, man, and I'm so grateful for life. And it taught me so many things. I took the road less traveled, and I ate it, and I learned, and that's why I am who I am today, and I embody it. It's just like,
lesson.
you don't want to act out of that, man, because it could ruin your life. You could end up behind bars, and from there, physically, mentally, forget about it. That's a whole other monster. That's a
Stress,
whole. That's a whole
understand
other.
that
That's a
stress can make you
whole.
sick.
Bro, that's a whole other. That's a whole other place that you're gonna go mentally. And like when you picture like Rikers and this and that, and you watch movies and TV shows, like they giving you a glimpse of what it is, but it'll never be what it really, if you was in that position and really feel what those men
Like,
go through,
not
or
pretty.
what women go through. Like, because it's your mindset. Now you're dealing with people where their mindsets are really stuck at a low end of a frequency, because that's all they know. And
Mm,
and and then when you start dealing with people like that, and you in locked in physically, man. So yeah, I tell people, and I really say this, and I really hope this reaches people. When, I mean, I know it's going to eventually. I know everything's gonna blow up with the more recognition that I get. And I say this for the young ones, and even for the people that are young adults, and even people that are older. Like, they still operate out of anger. That's why their life is the way they is. If you shift that perspective, if you really go in and really master your emotions, you can really change your life.
Hmm.
You
And
could really change your life.
all the time, it's a fucking journey, especially when you struggle and you're a survivor from trauma and you have PTSD. Like the growth for me, like my and I say it all the time, my journey has been a journey to take back my power for what was taken to me. And like my last step that I've been working on, and like you says, is practice. I've been
Yeah,
so out of practice, but every moment I get that I could jump on my controller, I'm practicing. I'm doing
yeah,
what I
yeah,
to get back to where I am. But from where I was to now, and I'm not gonna say like we have little moments, especially like when it's sitting there, but then when that triggering comes in, you release it. But then you end up like because you've seen your growth and your evolution, you take a step back and say, "Oh shit, wait, let's put that little demon back in the fucking cage. Like you're not coming out no more, bitch. Like
well, you own
own."
that free
But like I
when
said,
you yeah, when you master your emotions, you own that frequency. Like you control it now. It don't control you. And
exactly.
when you acknowledge that, you realize like, wow, I really did that. I'm proud of myself. Because typically, normally,
Oh,
that emotion would control me.
plenty of moments. Like I'm telling you that like I think about like I've sat there and people have done things and I'll be like shit. And then I'll go to like the homies that knew me back then that used to rock with me. I'll be like, yo, bro, I went through this and that. And they'll be like, yo, I know you punched the throat. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no, I didn't. I just sat there, looked at them and said, okay, bye. And kept they're like,
yeah,
really?
because that's probably what they know you for.
But
You feel
back in
me?
the day, it
Like,
was just like they said, like, I
like,
know you. They're like, dead ass. You didn't punch
yeah.
his throat.
You think you responsible? I didn't stop playing. You know you did. It's like, nah, I didn't hurt him.
And I'm like, nah, I just walked away. They're like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
grew up.
What you saying? I don't believe that shit.
Exactly. Like,
Nah,
and
but
you just see them, and these are these dudes from the Bronx that used to rock with me from the Bronx or like from Queens and stuff like, and they bring out like their deadass, you know my G, and I'm like, but I just sat there and I didn't do nothing, like and then you're a mom at the same time, and like especially if something
yeah,
happens to children,
but
you're like, okay, wait, if I
but that
react
stuff
a
changes you.
certain
Yeah,
way, my kids are gonna like, and they'll be like, so then they all start reacting, and they'll be like, damn, you really grew up, Chris. You're really a mom now.
see, yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. Come on now, why you want to take yourself out?
Exactly.
Then
So
you take yourself out. Then what your kids gonna do?
exactly.
What your husband gonna do? Your husband's a nice man, bro.
My
Like
husband,
you will leave your poor man taking care of everything. That poor man.
he knows what it's about. Like I give my husband props all the time. Like
Yeah,
my
he
husband,
loves you.
like
He loves you, bro. Like that
he is
man
the
loves you.
biggest
He's
blessing.
your he's your biggest fan, bro.
Like he is my everything. He's also helped my growth. Like people don't
Yeah,
understand. Like I was really in a dark place, and it's scary how dark it, like when you sit back and you have those conversations in your head and you start looking back, you're like, damn, like
yeah,
wow, I've come a long way. Like 10 tattoos later, chop
yeah,
up
yeah. And none of those stories came out yet. I'm telling you, watch how you start
my.
embodying it. It's gonna
So
come and it's coming out in your stuff, dripping here and there. That's
and
probably why
things
this.
are coming back like full circle, and it's like, okay, wait, maybe this, and then you like think about like certain people that come into your life that are no longer in your life, and when you start evolving, and this is like I had this conversation when I did the podcast about imposter syndrome,
Mm,
and
mm,
how it only really affects the people that are doing the work and putting in the work.
mm.
Because, depending on how you grew up, if you're a survivor, if something, you 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 don't understand your evolution. And it doesn't feel natural to you because for so long you were like conditioned for one thing, or for so long you were put in a certain position because of a stereotype, or for so long you were in the back and now you're sitting in circles, and you start getting in your head, and that's where
Yeah.
the syndrome kicks in. So it's like you sit there and you start seeing it, and it's like fuck. And like I've seen the growth, and I'm like, bro, I'm 38. I don't got time. I don't got patience. I'm at the point like
You don't got patience.
I don't. I have very little fucking patience. And people be like, "But you're
That's not.
so nice."
Well, that's not good, Chris. We gotta work on your patience,
It's so like,
okay?
but my thing is I don't have patience for stupidity. I don't
Okay,
have
that's
patience
different.
for
That's different.
nonsense. I don't have
Okay,
patience for liars. I don't have patience for people like
right.
abusing authority or
You, because you read that, because you can read that now. So
exactly.
why? So why
So
you just didn't start off like that, girl?
I don't have patience for that. Like I have, like
I
I
hear
get
that.
like straight up like I people be like I like everyone in my office like 9 to 5 thing. Everyone in my office, they literally call me the client whisperer. I
The
got
client
clients coming in
whisperer.
trying to fight people. Like clients coming in like straight gangster trying to fight people. Next you know I'm going or like they're flipping. I had this one client, the cutest little thing, came in trying to fight people. Like this bitch
Man,
disrespecting me. Da, 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 da. And I came in, sat there, really patient. They're like, that lady's crazy, Chris. That lady's crazy. My best friend. That lady
yeah,
became my best friend and she wrote the
yeah,
best review about me.
yeah. That's what it.
All
That's
it does is you just take the time and listen to the person. And then people
absolutely
don't understand, especially when it comes to the legal field, people don't understand the process. So if you just take an extra few minutes and break it down to them and explain and be there,
right.
job a whole lot easier. You
Yeah.
have to be empathetic. You have to think about, yeah, like they don't know what's going on. All they want to know is to have that transparency. So like
Yep.
every time a client calls, the lawyer's like, give it to Chris. Give it to Chris. And they're like, everyone's bugging me. They're like, when are you gonna get your license to practice? I was like, well, law school's very expensive. Are you gonna pay for it?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm
It's
telling you, because a lot of people don't have that skill. You understand that you have. That's a
like
gift. That's a
it's
gift. It's a
just
gift.
pathetic.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have that, girl. They
So then
lack
they make
it.
fun of me. They'd be like, "You're not. You say you're not sociable, and you're like the client whisperer. You're so sociable." I'm like, "Girl, I am not sociable. I prefer dogs and animals over people."
Well, that's because they really sound, they're like, animals are beautiful.
I
You
think it's
know,
just having that patience and just
yeah,
that time to give that transparency. But I've also learned that with my growth, and
yeah,
everyone needs
exactly,
to be seen that way. And
exactly.
here we are talking about growth. You know, there's a lot of artists that talk about authenticity and what's authentic and this, that, and a third. And for you, what does authentic now I'm getting tongue
It's
authenticity
okay. You're
actually
good, girl.
mean to you in an industry that also that has now just been about pushing trends? Like
Well,
it's
I guess there was always about trend. Um, for me, honestly, it's just following what I feel, you know. And really involving off that with how I feel and how can because you have to see at the end of the day, the message that you're giving, if people can't feel it, then how are they going to be able to want to tap into it or whatever? Like, I mean, there's a difference between brand, trend, and what they're trying to push as an agenda. Remember, as long as you throw money to it and you throw money to it and people keep playing it and playing it, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a commercial, it could be a TV show, it could be a movie. When you throw bread to it and you putting it high up there because you got the resources and the power to do so, that's going to become on a higher level of auto suggestion where and then people become brainwashed. So when you're at a lower level and you doing it out of love. I do my authentic self out of the love chakra because it aligns with my mind, it aligns with my heart. So now we're gonna create that spark and it's going to be real. It's going to be, it is because it's mine. It's my love that I want to share and that I'm sharing with you. I don't have to share with you. I'm choosing to share with you, you know? And I'm not that one person out here talking about like, well, shit, like, I don't, if you have 100 likes, 5 likes, people sharing it or not, I didn't last this long over 20 years. If that was the case, I would have threw in the towel the first year. Businesses don't, you either sink or swim the first year, all businesses. I'm been here.
Mhm.
I'm not here for your applause. I'm not here for your validation. I do this music. I do this. I do everything. You know what I mean? And I came to a point where I mastered my craft and now I just embody it. That now it's like, yeah, now it's like, are you worth my time? Are you, and if you do want to do business, just make sure you ready to do business, because I can't do things for free. Like that's not where what business you go into, they're gonna give you free shit. What artist you go into that really is out here and they're getting recognition after recognition is gonna do shit for free. I bet you hit up a couple of people and they're gonna tell you what it is,
Mhm.
and I look at a lot of people where that I hire service for hire, and they're willing to do things free for celebrities and stuff like that, but they not willing to do things and help out and do things for free when someone's on the rise. But then in that moment, that transition changes, then they want to do shit for free because now they want to jump on the cloud. And so you see the character of that, and then it makes me look at them like, yeah, you're not really someone I want to fuck with.
Amen to that because
You never shared my shit, never shared my shit,
I think
never
there's
liked my shit.
clout chasing in every industry and it's very sad. And then you have people that give off a persona. Like I've always said and I've always expressed it and I practice what I preach. Like I had my past guest. He was like, "Oh, I'll give you a copy of my book." I said, "No, send me the link to the store." And I bought the book. Every artist piece of art, I go, "Oh, I'll give you a discount." No, how much is it? Give it to me. Like my own godbrother is a graphic artist. The logo that's on the Poisonous Daily was created by Son of a Saint. I paid for it. My
Fire.
hairstylist and makeup artist, I pay him every freaking time because you are supporting not only your friend,
Yep.
supporting a small business that is trying to expand, and that's how you show the real support. You share their stuff, you spread the word. People are like, "Oh my god, your hair is gorgeous. Where'd you get your hair done?" "Oh, here's the place." I'll be taking their phone, they'll be like, "I'll give you his
Yep.
answer." Take the phone, here. People like, perfect example, actually the artist of this comic, who's actually a rapper, he is a good friend of mine, and he was like, "Yo, you shared a video of a girl. I think it was like something diamond." And I was like, "Yeah. Send him your page here.
Wow,
That's
that's
what
fire.
you're supposed to do." And this kid has flow, and he created the first Filipino superhero by Bayani. I probably butchered Bayani. Yeah, Bayani. And he's also like I ended up learning he's a very very talented rapper. Like this kid got
Wow.
flow and he is like the biggest sweetheart. So he was like, "Oh, you shared music because I think I used something of yours and then I share your stuff from time to time." He was like, I think it was like, but he spelled diamond with an I. And I was like, "No, no, 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 no." It's with and I wrote it out the correct way.
I appreciate that. No, for real. I was
Like he
I'm
shared
not
it the right way, and I was like, "No, no, no, it's this." And he goes, "Oh, thanks, that's what's up." But that's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Supposed
I
to
agree.
spend money at their business. You're supposed to share their stuff. That's what real support is. And if you could do it for celebrities that don't even know you, why can't you do it for a person that you know? Like it's a journey. It's not fucking easy. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
expensive. We just had a conversation how much some of these mics are.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not cheap. And like for people like that have stores, they have to buy the supplies, they have to do the it's an expense. They have to pay rent. Like don't go there to get freebies. Like don't go there to use, like, that's hard work, whether they're a chef, whether they're a restaurant owner, whether they're a club owner. Like,
Yep,
you should be supporting someone's business no matter what it is, because that's what real supporters or friends do. It's not just sharing a word of mouth or be like, oh, I'll do this for you, you give me this. That's the other
exactly.
shit I don't like I have artist friends that hit like they literally send me memes, like, or they'll send me messages, guess how much they asked me to do this for, and I'm like, so now I just be a smart ass and I'd be like $5. They're like,
Oh,
they were like, no, they weren't that low, but literally the request that they're getting is like 10 to 20 hours of drawing or like molding and painting. It's like a
yeah, man. I don't think people take that into consideration, man.
like
They think like,
their
oh,
time.
because they think just because you don't have like, just because you're not like, you know, who knows, like the highest, let's say the highest painter or whatever, or artist, you name it, just a big name. They think just because you're not the biggest name in the world, like you don't deserve to get paid. Come on now.
Exactly. Or like, or so, and they'll be like, they'll joke, they start laughing because I make them laugh because they're kind of upset. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, they need the commission, but they're not gonna sell themselves short. Like, that's like asking you to perform for free. You have to drive to the place, pay tolls, pay for gas. That's your time. You're putting strain on your vocal cords that sometimes is not necessary. It's not fair
yeah, yeah.
because
Makeup art, your makeup artist, your time.
be a makeup artist.
It's time that you're not gonna get back, right? And then
Exactly.
on top of that, I'm gonna be coming out here giving people a vibe. Like when
Mhm.
I walk into the place, oh, it's going and it's my time to put on a show. I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna give people like, holy shit, I got to actually watch JDymonds perform because it's different.
Exactly. It's
Like
an
yeah, man, yeah, like I'm like that feeling that when you finally seeing someone like that's about to be like one of the biggest artists in the world, and you get to like witness them in their rare raw form before it actually happens. It's like a moment that y'all get to see
thing.
like that. And
You get
some people,
to see an artist's evolution. It
yeah,
it's a beautiful thing because, like I
yeah,
said, every time you perform, you're putting a piece of your soul out there. That is you. That is your
exactly.
energy. That's your vibe. Just like any artist that's put up. That's like going to a tattoo artist, asking for a huge ass piece and asking only to pay like $100 for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Meanwhile, the piece is like a 4 hour, 6 hour piece. Like, that's not fair. They have the needles, the ink,
yeah, yeah,
product. Like, you can't be doing that to people. And especially that's their time and talent that they could have gotten paid for. And it sucks that we have that. So I have to ask, have you ever felt any type of pressure to change your style or flow to fit into what the industry wants?
no, not really, because remember, I'm like, I'm my own person. Like, I'm not partnered with anybody or signed to anybody that to where I would agree that I want to do that. You know what I mean? That would have to be, that would have to be something if a partner came, like, if someone came to the table and offered me a deal and said, like, this is the agenda that we want to push. Are you with it? And if it aligns with me, then I'm gonna do it. If it don't, I'm not. You understand? It's like anything. Anybody comes to the business table and like, yo, we want to offer you this offer. How do you feel about it? And in that moment, that would be a decision that I'll have to make. If I feel like I could do it, I'm gonna do it. You know, everybody has their thing. Some people, you have actresses and actors and Broadway shows and stuff like that. You have to understand, when I do music, I'm painting a story. I try to be vivid, very vivid when I'm painting it, so that way when people hear it, like you really feel like there's a little movie being played when you listen to that 2-minute track. You
Honestly,
know?
I also like music and film. Some of these things are not just entertaining. Like, when, in my opinion, this is me. This, like, beasties don't come out, or anyone in social media, because there's too many people with craziness. My opinion, okay? So no one misconstrued what I say. I feel like the most successful things are music or videos or television shows that people have some type of connection to, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, physically, or trauma or something. They
Right.
relate to that. You feel it. And
Yeah.
with music, music is a sound. I actually saw a beautiful video the other day. It was a little girl that was blind, but she had a voice of an angel, God bless her.
Mm,
And she was literally using a machine to sing the lyrics of the song. But not only you heard, you felt her voice.
mm.
You felt it in your soul. It gave me goosebumps. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's tracks that you have that I was like, oh, that shit is hot. But then there was tracks that I've heard from you and I was like, damn, I felt that shit. Like, and it resonated with me. And then it goes on to like my special playlist that I gotta
I
listen.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. You
Because
know?
you feel it and you understand it, and I feel like those songs or those pieces of artwork are what becomes successful, because the person that heard it felt it and connected with it. And you keep saying it throughout this thing. Everything I do is a vibe to get my story out there, to help, to do. And I think that's what makes you so special and amazing at what you do. So I do have to ask, like, we're going to get a personal question in here. What is something about you that you think anyone will be surprised to learn about you?
Heck, I don't know. That's kind of I really can you give me I don't know. That's weird. There's I guess I could fix cars. I ride motorcycles. I fix houses. Like I literally what else? There's like nothing I can not do. I mean, I'm not so much. I mean, I would have the thing I would have to say, because I was such a hands-on person growing up, because my father wasn't in my life like that. Like I really didn't have a man role model in my life, so it
Mhm.
was just my mom and my brother, and it was like I had to learn these things. You know, like I felt like the more I could learn, the more I could do for myself, the less I would need to ask people. You understand? And I felt like if I could do that, I'm good. Like if I'm driving a car and I get a flat, I could change that shit myself. If I needed to change brakes, rotors, or do anything, gasket, oil change, all that stuff, change my, I could do it.
Yeah,
So it's
you're
like,
better than me. I'm
right,
not changing no tire. I'm calling triple.
yeah, I'm really good, if they need that shit, they call me. I do it. I come. I
I
listen. I
won't
say,
do it.
I come with the freaking big 3-ton jack, so that way it's just beep, beep, beep. NASCAR back. All right, I gotta go to work. Like
I remember there
I'm.
was one time, literally, I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I got a flat. He's like, fix it. I'm like, hell no. After that, my
Yeah,
mom got me tripping. Like, I was so young, and I was like, I'm not. He's like, you put down tile, but you won't fix. Nope.
yeah, man. I'm just that girl, you know. I'm just that girl. There's not. I love acting. I do voice. Remember, I told you this right here is my instrument. I play it all day. Guitar, like sound effects, all that shit. Like I really incorporate that when I spit. So like when I'm spitting something, I want to make sound effects, or I want to take people there to be like and do like main vocals or whatever, and upload a little voice box up in there in my voice box to mimic something to make people feel it. Like I do that, and I think like the more I evolve and people really start seeing it, like I mean, remember the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny? I woke up that morning, man. I woke up in the morning. I felt like I was part of the Super Bowl because I literally got accepted by Jadakiss as a collaboration. He showcased my talent. Like, come on now, that's top 10 dead or alive. We talking about Jadakiss. You know what I mean? I can't,
He's the legend.
Funk Flex, Jadakiss,
The legend.
New York. Like, come on now.
Listen, when you
Can I have this? Can I do this? Like,
people really
you
don't
know?
understand these guys are legends, like, and our our music culture, our hip hop culture in general, without them, it wouldn't be what it is today. We wouldn't, people wouldn't have been inspired. Things shoot between Jadakiss, Nas, all of them. Like these men are like products of where they came from and help create the music that we grew up on and love. Like we saw it. Um,
Yeah,
it's a big
and
deal, and
bro,
you deserve it because you are very talented.
they showed us that you could do it. They
Yeah,
come
and
from they come from the bottom of nothing. Like
yep.
you ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit. Like who you
And they
think you
have
is?
you with those
Who you think
stereotypes.
you is?
Hard body,
And they
hard.
one of the greatest. And we talking about. And when I think about that, and I woke up Sunday morning, I was like, man, this is not real. Like I just sent, I send out a collab. I didn't know he was gonna accept it. You know what I mean? A lot of 9 out of 10, they look at
You
it
work
and
so
like,
hard.
yeah,
You have done
okay.
so much. You deserve everything you get. And
Like,
you know, and you
and
put that
people,
work, you put the sacrifices, you put the time, you put the energy, you put the money. You did it all. And you got it. It's because you deserved it.
I
You're not just
appreciate
gonna
that.
get something literally, and I said this with the imposter syndrome. No one is going to get something if they're taking shortcuts.
No,
Or
exactly.
there's no taking shortcuts. There's no like faking anything. You can't, that whole
Yeah.
conversation, fake it till you make it. Nah, that's not gonna get you nowhere.
Well,
I'm being
well, no, wait. When people do use that term, it's like, again, you could, you could literally study a fake ass routine and
mm,
keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you embody that shit, right? But what you're speaking on is that when you actually, it gets you to that opportunity, that moment where you're actually in the room,
it
and
failed.
now you crickets
But I'm
because you
telling
don't, you
because
don't
you're
have it.
not original. That's like a person
Yeah,
that has told so many lies in their life that
yeah,
they start to believe their own lies and they kind of go
exactly.
like un locura, that they don't know who they are anymore and they start questioning themselves and they're
Yep,
like, wait, but was it this or this sort? Like people be like, oh, you be lying. Let me explain something to you. I can't do that lying shit. Like when with that
yep,
cheating shit too. I gotta keep the
exactly.
story. I gotta remember names. I'm already bad with names.
Yeah, I don't got time for that. I
I don't
never been. Me too. Like I never been that type of person. I never been the type of person to cheat on myself or to be out here cheating. I
know,
literally only had three. When we
bro.
talk about,
Like,
bro, when we talk about girlfriends, right? I only had three girlfriends in my life, and I'm still with the third one, and I've been with her for 22 years. Like, and I don't cheat. It's
you,
not in me.
what are you
It's
getting
not.
out of it?
It's but listen, it's not in me. I have people still from grammar school, high school, still trying. Like, and I laugh in a funny way, like not like so like in like I think I'm better. No, I laugh because I don't move that way. I don't move like that because I have integrity for myself, and I just, it hurts. Like that hurt me. It hurt me to the point I gave up on everything, like to a point where I had, like I'm still recuperating, like I'm still recouping to get back to, I'm
No,
even more
and it's like
powerful,
you're selling yourself short. You're fucking up your
you
brand.
know?
End of the day, you are your brand, and what you put out there is your brand. Like people have to think, and I'm not just talking about like industry wise. I'm talking about even in regular people.
Yeah.
You are and how you present yourself is your brand, and that's what's going to move you forward and keep you moving. You have to make moves a certain way, you know. I say it all the time. I also came to a point that I stopped giving a fuck because my creativity that I had to hide, because people like in the legal field like you can't be that way, you can't, like you can't do this, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm good at what I fucking do.
Facts.
I'm a fucking nerd. I like Star Wars. I like Marvel.
Let's go.
I do music. I DJ, I like
You
cosplay.
you dip and dab in a
I
little
was like,
everything,
but
and that's okay.
what it was is my creativity was my biggest part of my healing process.
Mm,
When I was hurting the most, what helped me? Me shutting everyone out, putting on headphones, and fucking with music.
mm-hmm.
That's that's how I fixed me. And if
Yeah.
I kept on putting on a front to people please, I was lying to myself and just hurting myself. And
Mm-hmm.
it's saying that I don't love myself.
Absolutely.
I can't accept who I am because I have to worry about that I'm not going to be accepted. So
Mm-hmm.
fine, you can't deal with me, no problem. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to make my money and keep it moving.
Yep.
And then people be like, "Oh, you come out with so smart ass remarks." I'm gonna be like this: unless you're paying me to deal with your stupidity, I'm not dealing with it outside of my 9 to 5. I get pretty good to deal with stupid ass shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Well,
understanding and like that lying and fake it to the make it. Yeah, it'll get you to that room. And once you step in that room or you step in that booth, it's just it's gonna fall through. Like it's not gonna take you anywhere. Like
that's
and
that's that's that moment. You gotta seize the moment, you know.
but
But
you got that step. You did the work. You didn't fake
no,
it
of
to make it.
course,
So don't I
of
don't
course.
ever Jay, I never want to hear you be like, "Oh, I was in shock. I can't believe I got it." No, you got it because you deserve it.
No,
You
no, no.
did.
But I don't mean like that. I mean in this. I mean in a place where like, I mean in a nice pocket to where you're being recognized by someone that knows what it is, and he's one
Yeah.
of the top. He's one of the top of the greatest.
No, apps.
You know, he's the top 10 lyricist, like in New York. That's what New York sounds like. Like, what you
like
mean? We saw verses. Look how freaking nice he was. Like, he did that.
he's
He did
like
that.
what
His
people don't
voice is
how
powerful.
his voice is powerful, his lyricism is powerful. Everything he touched, he did it. You know, I get shit all the time. Like I'm from Brooklyn, so everyone be like, as soon as they hear I'm from Brooklyn, they automatically think I'm a Biggie fan. Like I like Biggie. I'm not gonna lie. I liked him. I think he was great at what he does, but he didn't touch my soul and what I like the way Tupac did and
Oh,
the way Nas
that's
did. I was a
yeah, yeah,
Nas fan. I was a Tupac fan because I don't know what it was about them,
right.
but I can tell you there was shit that Biggie did that he wasn't with Diddy and stuff like that. That I was like, yo, that shit was hard. It was like a whole other side of him. And I'm like, I like that more than this one. You understand?
Yeah, I like all of them. You know, they all
But
unique. They all
they're all
special.
unique and then
Like,
as a female, we saw very little female artists.
oh yeah, of course.
But
And then
like
back then they were really sexualized too. Not to say that it's still not going on, because women are very sexualized and like
mhm.
with the
Come on,
sexism and
like
all
look
that
at
stuff.
Foxy. Foxy was a beast in her own and
No, she was
knows
gorgeous,
about
man. Foxy Brown was a very gorgeous woman, man. I'm not gonna hold you on that one. She was very gorgeous.
she was
I look
not
at I
only
look at
gorgeous, but her
I'm s-
lyrics
why am I even saying was like she
she's
still
too
is, you know what
talkative.
I mean? And then I look at Mary J. I think Mary J. is very gorgeous. Like I think a lot of our black women and Spanish women are just like really gorgeous women. Not to just say like white women or not, but they get their kudos. But our sisters and our Spanish sisters really don't get the
And
love
their
that they
talent
deserve. And
on
I
another
think
level.
yeah, I think they're just really gorgeous. So when I see a lot of our sisters and they're up there, I want to really applaud it and raise them even higher because the shit that they had to go do to get there, yeah, like if we were to see like a Lifetime movie or something on that shit, it wouldn't be pretty.
Well, look at what happened to Wendy Williams. I got to finally see her Netflix special, and they
Damn,
were
I didn't watch it yet, but I,
oh my
I
god.
know,
I'm not even
I'm
gonna
pretty
ruin it for
sure.
you.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not
pretty
gonna
sure.
I cried for her.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure.
cried. But did that girl hustle?
Mm-hmm.
Hustled. And you know what? Give her where her props are due. She they did her dirty, bro. But but once again, she busted her ass. She hustled. She was a talent in herself. And, she needs credit when credit due. There's women, and it sucks because they're either Latina or brown or from the poorest areas in the city.
Yep. Yeah,
And
exactly. Or
people
anywhere like
stereotype on them, and they were nothing like that.
I want to say that I have to, stereotype and judging a book by its cover. A lot of people like to look at people, me or you, and think that like, oh man, they must got everything handed to them and all this and that and the third. And that's not the case.
Nope.
I just, the reason I am who I am today and I embody it so very well and I own it is those low moments of poverty and dysfunction and trauma and all that shit that I transmuted into who I am today is making me the phoenix that I am, you
Exactly.
know? And when you embody that and you're able to tap into that emotion and that energy and frequency, you're going to paint the most beautiful portrait ever, whether it's on wax, whether it's in a studio, whether it's in a photo, whether it's in what I'm saying, whether it's in this podcast right now and you watching. Like, this is what you're feeling. This
Hmm.
is what you're getting. And this is the realest shit that you ever gonna hear, like ever hear from me. Just believe in yourself. Seriously. Don't quit on yourself. Put integrity first. And really go make your shit happen before it's too late.
No, and it's true. I people be like, well, people do one. They don't think I'm Hispanic when they see me because I look like, as I said,
Yeah.
Taino camouflage. Okay,
I
um,
can resonate. I can resonate with that.
so that's thing. But I didn't grow up poor. I grew up in a middle class household, but my parents were poor and worked hard to get where they are. And
Facts.
my father didn't forget where he came from. My father was from Brownsville, Best Eye, like
Mm, damn.
poor household, like had to live off of hand me downs and so on and so forth. And my father made sure, and this is what I appreciate about my parents, they filtered us to a certain extent, but they took us to show us the reality of what life was like.
Mm,
And so I appreciated that. And my parents made sure we knew what it was. If we wanted something, we had to work towards it, whether it was bringing good grades, something. They built that working mentality because
yeah.
of, and then my parents opened an opportunity for me. That's all they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to here, 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 here. No, here's your opportunity. Now take it and make something of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Everybody's
that's
different, you
what
know
they did.
that.
Like I'm still getting shit from people. Like, why didn't you tell me? Like all this time I knew you, you didn't tell me Charlie was your cousin. No, because I wanted to prove a point.
Yeah, facts.
I wanted to prove a point. So yes, 15 years later, Charlie's my cousin. He's been my cousin forever. We have the same smile. Like our relationship is when you see a smile, it's like my mom's maiden name. All of us have like this
The
thing,
line and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like same smile. And like Charlie is tiny compared to me, but like you could see when we're next to each other, next you see the relation, and I'm his baby cousin. Like here I am. I went to a hip hop thing and I ran into, I think it was Grandmaster Clash or Grand. It was one of them, and I was wearing Charlie's shirt. I was like, how can I not go to a hip hop event and
And
not
not wearing
wear the shirt? So I
facts.
dressed it up with like a
That's
blazer
fire.
or
That's
jeans.
fire.
He is like, oh my god, where'd you get that shirt? I was like, my cousin gave it to me. He's like, well, what do you mean your cousin gave it to you? He's like, Charlie's your cousin. He literally called my cousin right then and there. He's like, one, why didn't I get this shirt? And where have you been hiding this gorgeous woman? He goes, cousin. He goes, she's
Aw.
cousin. He goes, yeah, that's my baby.
Aw.
And then like here I am with artists that looked up to him, or here I am with DJs that looked up to him, and like, and they're like, when were you gonna tell me? And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, come on, girl, cold crush, like, come on
I was
now.
like,
You're
but then
your cousin's part of history,
I,
girl.
I felt like I was like three ways. It was I didn't want people to give me opportunities because of him.
Based on that. Facts. I know,
Okay.
I get it. I
I
wouldn't
also
want that.
people didn't want, and then I went a whole different route. I went house, techno,
Right.
EDM, rave. That's the way I went
Right,
because then
right, right.
my cousin, yeah, I could do hip hop. Yeah, I could do everything. But I didn't want people to hold me to or
To,
have to
I know
constantly
what you mean.
compare me
I know what you
to
mean.
him. So it was that whole thing, and now here I am older, and I'm like, yeah, that's my cousin. Da, 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 da.
It lets people know that you a real one, you know what I mean? That you didn't
I,
ride the
I
tail coat
wasn't
of your
riding his coattails.
cousin.
I didn't want to ride no one's coattails, and I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like people be like, oh, I didn't know you know this person. I didn't know you know.
Yeah, but people, but because you didn't start off like that and you did it for so many years like that, now when people embrace you, they know that you're not fake. So it's
And
just
it
like
sucked.
they're gonna help you because of that. Not just yeah, now they can link you, that's your cousin, but it's not gonna be solemnly based on that because they know you a real one. So it's a different, and that's why I say like how you were speaking on before, like trusting the process is really important because you don't have half shit. Like when you really trust the process, you're really embracing that moment and you're being the best person that you could be in that moment, and you're sitting with those feelings and you're sitting with how you feel and you're going in and you're like, why do I feel this way? And you're really hitting those pockets and you're just letting it be. And then eventually each moment after moment you start evolving, right? And the next thing you know, you mastered that shit. And the
Exactly.
next thing you know, you're this. When you have that shit, like the way the world is with that instant gratification, me, you want to me, let me go be where these people be so I could jump the cloud and ride my pony and ride the little pony.
I
Like,
know you're like
you ain't
rushing over
gonna,
here with this.
bro, you're not gonna catch me. Like, that's why you don't see me outside. I don't put my energy, is very expensive. Like, you're not gonna catch me with bullshit. I'm not gonna go out there and slap tap asses and be around a bunch of fake people that can't appreciate my glass of wine. Like,
I
if
prefer
you
a
only
glass of
know,
wine over anything.
shit, if you don't even know, whatever you want to talk, my high, my blunt, whatever you want to look at it, my energy, if I'm coming in there to party, you best believe we gonna have a great time. And if you don't appreciate me and you want to invite me to an event, but don't appreciate me, I don't want to be there. I
No,
don't want to be there.
you know what? And it's not even just events wise. It's even with social circles or family. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to
facts,
be where like
facts.
I'm not gonna go to a family event to sit there and just feel like I feel the energy. I feel that tension. I'm
Exactly.
I'm very empathetic. I am very perspective. I'm not gonna go somewhere to sit there and like endure that. And I'm like,
Yeah, you want to have a good time. You want to feel it. You want to be
so
around
I'm
people that
just like
love you
so
and you love them.
understanding.
And then when people appreciate you, girl, they're going to appreciate you.
And you have the best freaking time of your life at the same time.
Exactly.
And
Because it's love. It's
it's love,
real it's
respect,
real shit.
everything.
They value you.
So I have to ask. I always like asking for advice for the younger generation. I'm all about mentorship and, putting out the proper information that needs to be there. What do you think the best piece of advice is for an upcoming artist or an inspiring artist who's just focusing on chasing the fame and not mastering the craft?
Yeah. I
What
mean,
advice would you give them?
you just said it. You don't want to chase and you definitely want to master. That right there is what you need to do as a person. You never want to chase something because when you chase something, don't matter what it is, your dream, someone you're interested in, anything like that, you pushing it away because you're supposed to attract. So if you're not attracting what you're trying to chase, then you're not doing it right. So what happened is you have to embody your feelings. You have to embody what you're trying to attract. You want to make your dream happen, you got to work at it. It depends on any department, whether it's working out and I want abs. Well, guess what? You got to work out, you got to eat right, you got to do those sit ups, you got to do those cardios, and then maybe one day you might see the two-pack popping, and then you keep going, you might see the six-pack. Oh, guess what? You might get the little line next to your groin. Oh, shit, now you popping, girl. All right, so it takes time. You got to trust the process, keep working on yourself. Always go in. I tell people all the time, go in, tap in. I say that on my album. I'm not just saying tap into me, but I'm also saying tap into yourself because that's where God's at. You really sit with that. Be quiet. Don't talk. Listen to how you feel. We're in a world where we wake up every day and we're literally brainwashed from our the past, which our subconscious don't know past, present, past or future. It only knows now. So it doesn't know whether past or future, right? So when you tap in and you go in and you dumb it down and you try to really find your voice, that's when you start honing in on your gifts and really what's inside of you. Some people don't even know the gifts that they have inside. You might not even know. I might not even know. I might have more gifts
So we
inside of me.
evolve every day as individuals.
I be learning a whole bunch of other gifts. I'm like, holy shit, I have that. It's so beautiful. Like I keep tapping in, and people are like, yo, you're a motivational speaker. You really inspire me. I love listening to you talk, and this and that and the third. Oh man, every song that you keep coming is better and better. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear the next record because it's even. I could only imagine. It's like reps. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And then it's like game time. Game time wins championships. You focus. So if I have to tell the kids about that, don't ever chase anything. You chase you chase your crush, and it's like you pushing that person away. They don't. Some people like to be chased. Don't get me wrong. You understand? But I'm talking
It's not
about,
chasing, it's romanticizing. If
yeah, yeah. If
I
we
wouldn't
switch it
use
like
the word
that, that's
chase. It's
that's a good thing.
romanticizing. It's
Yeah, because
romantic.
facts. Because then once a person's showing interest in you, you get you like, oh, they really appreciate me. You
You
know
know,
what? And I'm
putting
attracted to
that
them
effort
too.
is not chasing. It's putting
Yeah,
effort, taking your time, letting something develop. I wouldn't use for like chase. I think you're right with this. Don't chase nothing, whether
you
it's
gotta
love,
attract it.
career. You gotta
Because
attract it, and you
think
gotta work
about it,
for it.
Chris. When you master that emotion and you embody it,
Hmm.
you become this mysterious person because now you own it. So now when you walk in a room, people is gonna feel your presence because you just walked in there like, oh, oh my God, like you come in with that smile, your hair's on point. You know what I mean? You
Yo,
feel
you be
it.
killing it too. You be killing your different looks. Like I
I can't wait for y'all to see this single that's gonna drop, the photo
well, that
shoot
was
that
my
went
next
into it,
question. Like, what is
all that shit.
the next for
This is
you? Like,
yo, bro.
you already announced the collaboration. Like, this next thing, what is the next drop? Like, what
Yeah,
do
like
you
I'm
do
not even gonna,
for?
you know what I mean? Like right now, and I speak on this a lot, and a lot of people get offended by it, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Like Funk Flex literally is the first DJ to even play my music, to even break my music. Like a lot of, I remember I told you I've been out here for like 20 years. Like I, I wasn't looking for no, I wasn't looking for no validation or like oh you don't like me or I'm gonna go quit and run under my blanket. Nah, man, I'm here. I believe in myself. I'm gonna keep getting better. I don't need your validation. That's not why I'm here. You know what I mean? So it's like when Flex, when this is the kingpin, if you gotta do your research on him, he's around the
I'm
the
sorry, if you
legends.
don't know who Flex is, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I'm
Like it's a man, and people hate. I get it. Listen, I didn't go run into like DJ Kamalo or DJ Enough, and I'm not saying that they not. I'm not saying that they less than. I
no.
never said that. You know what I mean? But you gotta understand, Funk Flex is who I went to. That's where
Well, I
God
know
lead. Like,
you did talking about it. I actually brought up your webpage, the distro. I'm probably butchering the distrokid.com. Like I
Yeah,
have it
yeah,
on screen so people could see and they could like get all your stuff here.
yeah.
Obviously, I will
You,
post
yeah,
it.
you, yeah. You just go to JDymonds.com, and
Mm-hmm.
it that's my distribution that I use. You know what I mean? And then it has all my little logos there:
Yep,
YouTube,
I have
Facebook,
it. It's
every.
up here. When you see
So
the podcast, you'll see it. She got her music video up here.
yeah, if people
Where
want to
she's
really,
at,
yeah.
merchandise, Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Dessert. I never even heard of that. I just learned something. iHeartRadio.
Girl, I ain't hearing it too. I don't know how it got there.
I was like, what's Dessert?
Yeah, come rock
Just
with
learned
me. You know what I mean? Come rock
so
with your girl. Come join the team of Diamond
exactly.
Heads.
So, but like I says, you also like you did a competition where you were in front of a panel of I forgot
Yeah,
who was it?
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah. It was DJ Enough. It was DJ Camelo. It was Torres, and it was Jim Jones. And you know what I mean? And they gave me so much respect too. You know what I mean? And at the beginning, respectfully, I was speaking on DJ Funk Flex because that was what I was so grateful for him. You
that's
understand?
who gave you
Yeah,
your
but
momentum.
people didn't like that. You understand?
For
People didn't. They told me I shouldn't have said anything. But my point is, that's my moment. That's my moment, and that's a competition. And they didn't like that I was aggressive when I came out. That I said, "Oh man, now I'm gonna come out singing. Like I'm gonna come out and give you real vocals, like a real performance live, not fucking lip singing." The
No,
two artists were lip singing to that shit. Nah, yo, this is real hip hop. I'm coming out with raw vocals and I'm gonna come out and make you feel me. And I said that, and I guess they didn't like that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they didn't say anything bad either, you
no.
know, like, and then like I heard like and then people in the crowd when I got off the stage, they was pulling me over, telling me you really won that. And I was like, and it's sad when the panel don't get it right. And but at the same time,
Listen,
a lot of
we have a pageant saying different panel of judges, different outcome.
yeah.
So, like, listen, Camilo and Enough are my big brothers. I'm a lot closer to them than Flex, but I adore Flex. He's my fellow Leo. His birthday is August 5th.
Right,
Like, I'll
right.
text him every birthday in a month. Um, you know, a lot of the big DJs have been my big brothers, and they mean the world to me. And I just like you give Flex his moment because he pulled you, he took you, he embraced you, he's been pushing you. I give that for me. I love my big brothers. They're all my big brothers. Enough, Camilo, uh Bakang, Brinca, David S, DJ Matt. Like I could go down the line. Jinx Paul, may he rest in peace. That was my heart right there because he pushed me even more than anyone. But the DJ that had that moment me was Sus One.
Yeah,
Sus
yeah.
One for me was what Flex is to you. Like
Oh,
imagine
that's fire. I never got the chance to meet
Sus One
Sus
is
One.
let's just say my Instagram page was created by Sus One. We were chilling
Oh,
on a
that's
way to a
true.
gig. He's like, "You got Instagram?" He's like, "Give me your phone." He downloaded it. He made my shit. And it's like it's so like that was my moment. So I understand where you're coming from, and honestly, like I wouldn't even care what people says because they've never had those opportunities to
Facts.
understand how we feel. And like I says, I love them all to death. They're like my big brothers. They look out for me. I see them and it's nothing but love and respect and support.
I agree.
But when one of them embraces you the way Jinx Paul embraced me and the way Sus embraced me, it means the world to you
It
because
does.
it's like they really see me. They
Yeah.
know what and like another person that could say that is Juggernaut. Juggernaut is literally like that because he's embraced me and he's always pushed me. And anytime I needed that advice, it was always Jug.
And he was really big at one time with his rapping too.
Oh,
And he decided to just lean towards the
photography
videograph. You know what I'm saying? Like I
kills.
always I always tell him like I do want a video from him, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, you gotta, you know, you want to make sure you're able to
Oh,
pay for people. You know what I
like
mean?
great at what he does. He's fucking
Yeah,
listen, I was gonna hire him for my wedding.
you
Like
should
that's
have, bro. You should
but
have.
like but my what ended up happening is he couldn't do it because he had another gig and then
Okay,
COVID
okay.
happened. So like I was all heartbroken because I was like, like I was gonna hire him and Pookie.
Yeah, he's fire.
Hit like all my photographs has always been Pookie, like from my pregnancy photos to which I call him Pookie. He's the visual vandal. It's like I only trust him with that. And yeah, I've had other photographers take pictures, but when it comes to those private projects, you want somebody that you know is going to be there and you've done it. So like trust me, I wouldn't even pay attention to these motherfuckers like he shouldn't be fuck that shit. You worked hard. He put you on, he embraced you. That means something.
It does
Especially when you
though.
work so hard for it.
Not only, but you also want to know what too is that the reason why I went to flex and even because I also feel like God point me in that direction too, you know, like following my compass. Because there's so
Mhm.
many DJs, you can go to any DJ, you know what I mean? I really wanted to go to the Kingpin. That's like I just he's the one with the air, you know. He's been around the greatest of all time and he knows what it is. Like he knows what it is. And he doesn't just play anybody's music. And I love that. Like I really love that about him. Like he just doesn't just play anybody. He's gonna play what's hot. Whether it's I know you don't like mumbo jumbo, whatever,
Oh,
but
don't get
if
me
it's
started.
hot,
I don't
you
listen to the
know.
radio often, and I'm gonna be very honest with you.
But
I
he's
don't listen to the radio often, but when I do listen to the radio, it's certain times of day. It's when Flex is on, when Sus is on, and it also depends on my mood if I want to listen to Spanish or English. But as soon as they
right,
come with
right.
gossip shit or talking shit, I shut it off and I go to the playlist. So,
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's because I grew up with hip hop, like real hip hop. And I'm not gonna say there's some songs out there that are from younger artists that are fucking hot as fuck. Like when
yeah.
I was on the West Coast, I heard young artists out there that I was like, oh shit. Like, or when I go down south and you hear younger artists, and I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers need to be on the radio, not this other motherfucker. like,
Yeah, yeah. It's just gotta get out, you know? And the
and I
more
think Flex has this new thing now that I'm actually kind of happy he's doing. Like, he's only showcasing artists and music from the tri-state. So New
facts.
York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And I kind of appreciate that from him. And I love the point of view that he's pushing
Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of our artists, and we have a lot of talented artists like you and many others out here
we
that
do.
they're not getting their applause, they're not getting their flowers, they're not being seen because no one's really listening. They're just following a trend. So I actually
Exactly.
when I was in the car and I heard him doing this, I was like, okay, Flex.
Yeah.
Okay, and now and Flex, I'm gonna tag you on this because I'm talking about you. Everything's good. I have nothing to say bad about.
Hey, we want flex. We want to tag flex.
Like I will tag Sus. I will tag all of them. I'll tag all of them. But there's something like people see him and they see like this rough, like all of them. People see them, but I've seen and just like you've seen, I've seen a different side of them
Exactly.
that like
It's
that you
energy.
didn't expect from them. And the first
It's
and honestly,
energy.
my first time meeting Flex, I didn't expect him to be so welcoming. So like there is like a side to him that is like, oh my god, he's really humble, he's really
He
cool.
is.
He has this vibe, this energy. So like when I heard him doing that, he's only going to be playing artists from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, not in just a marketing sense, because obviously we also have to think about marketing, and I do have a degree in broadcasting technology and management. That was my first degree. you know um
Go
it comes
ahead, girl.
it comes down to the simple fact he's bringing artists and giving artists the platform that they deserve, that
Yep.
they could be seen. And me as a person that likes seeing raw talent and original things and hearing it, I feel like, okay, there's still some hope for for the world, because you know how many artists are out there that are like you, with this amazing talent and busting their ass, and they're just like getting slept on, and it's like, what the fuck, like.
Because people are not used to, people, and I love that you said it, because people are not used to people being so authentic and real and honest. People not used to that shit. So when they tap into that shit, they think that it's fake and phony. And
Mhm.
that's how a lot of times I think honestly, when I'm in places like this, I think for the people that look at me, sometimes they get confused or twisted, and they think like, oh, she's clowning, she's saying this
No,
and
she's
fucking up.
you're not.
No, but I'm just
No,
speaking in
I'm letting the
general.
beasties know here.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
yeah. But they think that, you know what I mean? And then I go like, well, I'm not gonna think that. So let me erase that because that's not what it is. I'm
coming.
giving this man flowers. He saw me. Yeah, he didn't just play one. He didn't just play two. He played three. And
Three.
I'm the common denominator. And that shows a lot for my ability to write, my ability to spit, my ability to perform, my ability to have the Teflon skin to ricochet any of that bullshit that you try and throw my way. Like, nah, I'm here. I do this.
But
You know
like
what
I
I
said,
mean?
it's not just giving him flowers, it's giving him the respect and the appreciation
Exactly.
in return for what he did to you. So I don't know if it's just that people have this mindset, or they're not using their brain correctly, and we tell it how it is.
Well,
How
it's
I
the
am,
brain.
people.
It's the brainwash. That's why
It,
they think that way.
that brain rot or brainwash, whatever they call it,
Yeah, it's the
it
brainwash. They
it's
think,
like you're thinking a whole nother way. No, these people have seen us for us and our talents, and they've taken it, and all we're doing is showing them the same love and respect back to them. If it,
exactly.
like those little conversations that they have help develop us into the artists or the people that we are today. And this is
Yeah,
why I also am a big advocate of mentorship, because I know how important it is.
it
If I
is.
didn't have the mentors that I had in the legal field, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be sitting on a co-chair position of a committee for a very important bar association in the state of New York. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for that, they wouldn't give me that position just to give it.
Facts.
No, it's the reason
Facts.
I work towards that, and I wouldn't have been the person I am without those little advice, or watch me do this. You know how many times I'm not a scratcher. I don't like scratching. I
Yeah,
don't.
girl. Let's
I
stop.
don't like scratch. I hate
I'm
it.
playing.
Can
I'm
I do
playing.
it? Yes. Do I like it? No. But also think about my genre: house, EDM, tech. That's all about just blending correctly and doing
Hmm.
it in a certain manner. I don't like it to be like, look, 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 look. I'm like, I see you. I love you. Or like, or they'll ask me, do you have this? Or, did you get this? And they'll be like, if you need music here, that means a lot. Like, Erupt is another one. A really good friend, my big brother. The other day I went to show him love at a spot because I needed to get out. Me and my husband didn't celebrate one of our anniversaries. And I was like, let's get out. Let's
It's
have
always
some
a vibe.
like I need something. So Erupt and old good friend of mine that I haven't seen in 10 plus years was spinning. I was like, let's go show them love, eat dinner, have a drink, and go home.
That
I
sounds
wasn't there all
good.
night. I think I got home by like 12:30, bro.
That's nice.
But like, me and Erupt were having a conversation. He's like, you need music, let me know. Those are appreciations, and it shows like, they believe in you, they love you, they want to support you, they respect you. So when you
Yeah.
start mentioning those names the way you mention names, it's us just showing the love and respect back to them. It's not clout chasing, it's not name dropping, it's not whatever these motherfuckers be saying half of the time, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh, man, these are people I grew up to, and now they're like so successful and they're legends to us because of their hard work and consistency and their resilience. Especially, it, it's just so much to it. And it's like,
Oh,
you
do you
know,
know what it is to sit in a class? Like I said, I have 2 degrees. My first degree is in broadcasting technology and management with a minor in editing, video,
mm,
video production and editing, right? My second degree is a sociology major where in with a concentration in media studies. In basic terms, how human behavior is affected by the media,
very
right?
good.
Do you know I had to take electives? We all have to take electives for our
Right.
degree. So here I am taking an elective. And I was like, okay, what am I going to pick? So I had a choice between like journalism, no, not global studies, something else, and the history of hip hop.
Mm.
I need an easy A, bro. I just need an easy A.
Yeah, that was.
Boom. History of hip hop. But before that class, when I was in broadcasting, we were discussing Hot 97 and the growth of Hot 97. Here
Mm,
we are. I'm in a class because I'm older than a lot of things because I kind of took a break from school and then I went.
right.
So I'm older than a lot of my peers. And here they are, like all excited. And I'm like, why are they so I know all these motherfuckers. I
Right,
know.
right, right.
And what they're talking about, I remember that happening. I was like 10, 11 years old when all this shit's happening. So here I am learning about people in classes. So now imagine now we fast forward to the history of hip hop. There was a lecture on flex and DJs and stuff like that. And then we get a book that we have to read. I get assigned a chapter.
Here we go.
I get assigned a chapter and he was like, Chris, you're doing this chapter. I opened the chapter because I didn't read the book. I didn't know what I was getting. I just opened
Right.
the chapter. My chapter is on Charlie Chase.
Yeah,
I looked
I
at the
know it.
professor. I go, Professor, you need to reassign me something. This. He's like, why? I was like, I think this will be cheating if I have to do a paper on this. It's a conflict of interest. He's like, what are you talking? He's like, what are you talking about? Just do your paper.
A conflict of interest.
I went,
Oh, you're
this,
too
that
cute.
wasn't in the book. Where did you get all this information? I was like, I told you it was a conflict of interest. He's my cousin.
Yeah. That's my family. I know everything about them. I know more than this book know
I
about
know more than the book, you know?
it.
And then, like, as an adult, like, my cousin started sharing stories with me that I didn't even, like, think about. And then when he got the award from the Puerto Rican Bar Association for
That's
his work that
beautiful.
he's done
Yeah,
for
I saw
the
that.
community and for the people, um, I did his video. So when I was like getting pictures and stuff like that, I started texting him like, "Bro, what's up with this outfit?" He was like, "That was the style at the time." I was like, "I never pictured you in an outfit like this."
Now I gotta see it. Now I gotta
Oh
see
my
this
god!
picture.
So it's, but then you see the development and you see this, and it's just like we're not cloud chasing. We've grown with these people.
Yeah,
Then we came to like follow in their footsteps because they inspired us in some way. The same way you're gonna inspire somebody
exactly. You know what I mean?
the world with you. And sometimes they become your mentor, or sometimes they just become a part of your life that they give you that push. And that
Yep.
importance of mentorship or being that proper role model that, especially for young women,
Yep.
we
Yep.
need proper role models for women, especially women or survivors. We need those proper role models to say, hey, we don't have to fall to the stereotypes. We don't have to fall to the identities that they're placing on us. We could
Hmm.
overcome this. We could do it. And all you have to do is put in the work. And hey, if you need the support, and I tell people all the time, you may not know me, but I answer all my DMs. And if you tell me you need help or you need some type of advice, I'm going to give it to you because that's why I feel like I've been placed back here and given that second chance.
Hmm.
So a lot of people don't know my story, but if I didn't have the strength and the guardian angel and the ancestors that I had, my parents would have probably buried me a long time ago.
Hmm.
So I feel like with this journey, it's I don't need to know you, but if you need help, I'm going to give it to you.
Hmm.
And I changed my field of in the legal field from entertainment and contracts and stuff to a field that helps people for a reason. So I feel like this mentorship and having these people that affect your life and you're giving them the credit and paying homage to them is so important, because I know later down the line you're going to be some like that for somebody else.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that recognition. Like it lets, again, we're talking about being seen, right? It
Hmm.
feels good to be seen. It feels good to be seen. Not that we rely on it, but it feels good to be seen,
Yeah,
especially
because
if
you
it,
put so much work into it as well.
especially when it's coming from a place of good, and you're not really coming from a place like, oh, I'm doing this shit to get over on this shit and to get me here, and I'm only
Or
worried about the bag.
going back to where that question that I asked you, chasing the fame.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Not
different. You know what I mean? You don't have to chase. You don't have to chase. You just need to work on yourself. When you work on yourself and you go in and you work on yourself, you're going to be able to tap into gifts, and you're going to naturally do what you're destined to do, and you're going to attract what you're destined to do because it was already written before you was even here. And people don't, and I understand people are not going to understand that. I'm not saying, oh, you just come up into this world and you don't do shit and you stand there like a potato. No, but you got to do the work. You know what I mean? And when you do the work, you're going to unlock the gifts that was destined for you, because you got to remember to remember. And and like you said, just because someone does you dirty, you doesn't mean you have to do them dirty. You just, you pick and
you think
choose
for
who
me.
you want to
Listen,
move with.
I'm not gonna say like I've had my moments that I'd be like I'm tired of being the bigger person, but it's to a person that I'm constantly helping and they keep fucking up,
Yeah, you just cut that
bro.
shit. You just cut it
Yeah,
off. Like, I don't got time for it, man.
I
Like,
don't got time for it no more. But
I'm not interested.
it's gonna
You
happen.
gotta get a bad taste in your mouth.
It happens. The world is full circle. Shit
It
comes
is.
around full circle.
It's circle of life. The same way you see with
Circle
the
life.
animals.
We're
The
gonna
same way,
fine
yeah,
tune this shit right now.
it's true. It's true. It's the circle of life. The way the animal kingdom works is the same thing. We can learn a thing or two from the animal kingdom.
So
And
before we end this, and I so usually I do a poisonous challenge. With you, I'm not gonna do a poisonous challenge.
I
I
am
don't think we
perfect.
can come up with
No.
a challenge, and I don't think I want like mumble rap in my DMs.
Oh shit. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
So we're gonna do a poison shot question challenge. But before we do that, I have one question, and I feel like this is a really important question. What what is one message do you want listeners of your music to, or what is, if listeners take one message away from your music, what do you want it to be?
Don't quit. That's simple. Just two words. Don't quit. When you look at me, and I embody that don't quit shit. Like, damn, she's still doing it. Like, she's still going hard. Like, she didn't even quit, bro. Where'd she get that energy from? I tell you, I sell cars right now, right? I'm not living off my music 100% just yet, because I'm shifting that perspective. Once I shift that perspective, I will be. You
Mhm.
understand? It takes work. You have to go in and shift it. I bust my ass from I have to get up. I get up so early. Like, sometimes I have to get up so early if I want to get my workout in the morning, or if I want to get my workout in at the end of the day. But I'm doing 12-hour shifts for cars sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? 8:30 to some, we start at 8:30. I didn't end to 8 o'clock at night, didn't even eat. I fast. I make sure I stay hydrated. And I'm going all day, like, with clients and helping clients and selling cars. Like, it's a hustle. So then here I go at the end of 8 o'clock. Now it's my time. Now that's when you have to dig deep. And at that time, you tired. At that time, it's like, what the fuck? The Henry Ford, they built that sweet pocket where they felt like 40 hours was enough to keep people dead and not go in and find their gifts. So as long as I keep people as slaves and 9 to 5s and working the 40 hours is the sweet spot, they'll just go home, eat, shower, sit down, and do it all over again tomorrow. So the moment where you have to actually tap in and then the moment starts is the moment when your 9 to 5 is over and you have to dig deep, you know what I mean? And keep that dream alive. And like, man, I got to do it. I got to dig deep again and charge that battery 100%. And now I got to go out and chase my dream. And not a lot of people could do that.
No, and amen to that. No, you like, I like one thing. I don't just bring anyone here, beasties, and lately everyone I bring, either I know them personally, or I've met them and I fell in love with the people that they are and their craft. And I feel like everyone needs to be acknowledged for the work and the things that they do, especially when they're not only putting good talent and good energy in the world, but the most important is that positive and good energy, because we're surrounded by so much darkness lately. So now to this poison shot question challenge. All right, so I'm only asking for one word. I'm gonna give you 2 words. Is either or. All right. First set.
What if I pick both? No, I'm
Yeah,
stop.
one. So poison shot question.
Mm.
1 word answer. No thinking. Whatever comes out. First thing.
So if you pick cat or dog, I gotta say like dog.
Yeah, like whatever
Okay,
comes first
okay,
in your head.
okay,
All right,
okay.
ready? So fame or freedom,
Freedom,
loyalty or success,
loyalty,
legacy or money.
legacy,
You see?
because those things are gonna bring all those things. You
Exactly.
understand? When you have loyalty, you're gonna get the success. When you have the freedom, you're gonna get the fame. You understand? Because you're gonna be your authentic self and you're gonna attract bigger and better. That's why people like Nipsey Hussle and all that stuff get assassinated or conspiracy theories and all that stuff. You make a move and people become conscious. That stuff is always gonna be bigger. When you pick the opposite, like fame over that, that's when your mind is tainted and you get lost. And then when you go on the journey to find yourself again, you become real powerful. You understand? So it's either way, you'll still find yourself if you're willing to ask the questions and go in.
Exactly. And at the
Yeah,
end of the day, you're right. With those things that you chose comes those other things. But if
exactly.
you chose the other way around, those things are
You
not going to come,
exactly. You're gonna start working ten
because
times
when you have
harder. Like,
success,
yeah, yeah,
loyalty
yeah,
is very rare.
yeah. But and
There's
let's not
gonna be
get
no, well, it's sometimes, but like the
like
major
no,
thing, if you have too much success, you have to question everyone around your circle. Like
yeah,
it's rare to like loyalty when you have that full success. Those like loyal ass motherfuckers, those are like the diamond in the rough, bro. Like just having those ride or die ninjas is like, I'm holding on to you. You're not going nowhere, bitch. Like
yeah. Well, they're like,
because
well, don't hold on too tight, because I need you to hold your own too, bitch. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
but it comes down to that. Like if they don't have the loyalty first and they had the success first, you're not really gonna find that loyalty. But if you chose loyalty and had that, your circle will be a lot more solid
Yeah,
than what
it's a foundation,
it's that
Remember I told you.
perfect word. So thank you for coming. I appreciate
Woo-hoo!
this.
Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to drop this. So this is dropping next Saturday. So it's like every other Saturday. Well, every Saturday. But I did show your JDymonds.com, and
I
there
saw
your
that.
links are there, but you have Instagram. Share that Instagram, TikTok, share it all because they need to know where to catch you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the JDymonds.com, JDYMONDS is gonna have all the logos there. Instagram is my favorite platform.
Mine's too.
Um,
Mine's too.
so I really like Instagram. And then it's like YouTube, and then I mess with TikTok. I'm trying to tap into the TikTok. I do a lot of my inspirational things there. I show a lot of my aesthetics with me doing push-ups and the process of that. And
Yo,
then
she be working out, people. I see some of these videos she be doing. I'm like, I can't do that. No.
yeah, and I'm just tapping in, like, and then soon, we're gonna branch into other things and stuff like that. But it's really important, like, it's gonna, but yeah, I'm gonna let people into my stuff with, like, when I'm out, come rock out with a real one. I'll tell you, it's
So
gonna be a great time.
it's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. I'm bringing up your
Yeah.
Instagram page right now. Like I
Oh shit, let's go. That's
I'm bringing it up so people, you better go follow her.
Yeah,
Look at this.
that's my hard work right there, bro. Look, like, I just love Flex, bro. Flex is just, oh man, I'm
Look at
so
those
grateful
abs.
for Flex.
Look at
I'm
those abs.
so I'm so you stupid.
Bitch, you got shit. I'm
I'm nowhere.
do
I'm
you
no.
work off of those abs.
I'm nowhere where I want to be, but you know what? I'm trusting the
You you trust that process because
process.
I applaud you. I couldn't do what you do, and like I appreciate it. Like, yo, even like the other day she posted one of your clients that you had. I was like, yo, his sweatsuit matches the car. Like she got him a car down to his favorite color. Like his whole vibe.
Yeah.
He looks so
Yo,
happy.
yo, you wanna say this, like, because I meet so, I have so many clients, so it's all different walks of life. But his son is really known as, like, this cipher rapper. I don't know if you know him, T-Rex from 112.
I've
I
heard.
didn't know, but I looked him up, and he's he's very well known
Yeah. But
in the
like all I
industry.
saw was like his smile and like his you could
No,
see
no,
his
no, no.
energy. And then like I saw his
People
little
really, what can
sweatsuit.
I say? People love JDymonds,
Like
I'm a
like
vibe.
his little cute ass car and then the glue and I was like,
This little cute ass guy.
but it was so cute. I love it. So
Yeah, he's a
once
real
again,
one.
Steve, you gotta follow. She's not only is she a talented artist, but she's an amazing human being. And if you're not following her, as I usually say, be you stupid. So once
Yeah,
again, the amazing Jay Diamond, thank you for coming.
thank you for
Later.
having me.